I was a senior in high school, and I remember sitting in this waiting room. And right across from me was my boyfriend, who I was absolutely in love with, and my best friend. And I knew in this moment I was about to make a decision that was going to affect me for the rest of my life. But I was scared, and I didn't know where to go, and I didn't want to tell my family. And the abortion clinic, Planned Parenthood, fed off of my fears and said that everything was going to be okay, that it's only a size of a pea, it's nothing. I had this abortion. They gave me the RU-486 pill, told me to go home, everything would be fine, you'll just bleed a little bit, and that's it. When that happened, it did not work. 2 months later is when everything happened. I was in school and I had the most excruciating pains I could ever imagine. And let me also mention, my boyfriend decided that he wasn't going to stay with me after that. I know I'm not the only one standing here who has experienced something like this. Years later, but God came and rescued my soul. And what he did, and it's something he can do for anyone standing here listening that may doesn't mean you have to stand up here and share your story, but this is why I do this, is that he comes in and he heals in a way that no one else can heal you. And he gave me a voice to go out and I would speak to teenagers, because I would say, you know what, your past doesn't have to determine your future. Maybe you have done this, but what are you going to do with the information now? And that's what God began to tell me. You know what, I know you're scared to share your story, but I'm going to empower you to do this so that no more babies are left alone, no more babies are needing to die because of convenience, because that's basically what I did, and that was the hardest reality to grab a hold of. But you know what, God is so good. I worked for a crisis pregnancy center for years, and I would speak on relationships, and not only did God heal me as I went through post-abortion counseling, but you know what, that same boy that sat in that waiting room with me 10 years later came back into my life to apologize because God had grabbed a hold of his life. And you know what, that's not even it. He's my husband. We've been married for 10 years. We have 4 beautiful children. And this is all to say that we have a God who redeems. We have a God that can take your past and can take your pain and use it for his glory. So women and men, if you're out there and you have struggled with this and you have not shared that pain, share it, and God will meet you right in your pain.